I'm old school. I just got Disney Plus because I've watched all my Disney movies so much. I love that. I love all the new animated movies. Like Littlefoot was like one of my favorite movies. That movie was awesome.
From back in
Um,
the day.
no, I think it's that. What's that new one with the Yetis? I think it's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Littlefoot. Yeah. So like those kind of movies, I just love those kind of movies.
Justin Gaethje was born Stafford, Arizona, and as a young child he yearned for the mines. Making damn near six figures, working 60 hours right out of high school, which for many a future stoner is the dream, but Big Rufus was well renowned for his use of philosophy, with famous teachings such as, if one man can hold you down, two can rape you.
If one man can hold you down, two can rape you. And I will be damned if one man can hold me down. And I will be damned if one man can hold me down. I will be damned.
And I won 3 of my last 4 fights, only losing an exhibition. But before he was taking the belt back to the land of the free, Justin Gaethje was going to war with some of the biggest muscle milkers in the business, in the most stacked roster in the sport. Edson Barboza, the bald-by-choice brother from Brazil, well renowned for his beautiful kicks, counters, and ability to handle pressure. Being a devastating KO artist, Barboza made his way through 2 of the most stacked divisions in the sport. From featherweight to lightweight, Barboza is a problem who was said by Khabib to be his hardest challenge. How does a rootin' tootin' Mexican-American deal with such a Brazilian Chad, you may ask? The same way he dealt with the one-armed man he knocked the fuck out. Disabling him first, then check hooking him into oblivion. Specifically, as with a lot of Muay Thai fighters, Edson, for what he can do with space and the ability to control the pace, he very much lacks when that is taken away from him. Justin even threw out a takedown attempt. Going through the fire, Justin rocked, then brutally eye-poked Edson into a brutal KO. But in this fight, there is more to go over than simply that. Pressure, play kicks, some big meaty hooks. Justin had a tumultuous career, and coming into this fight, Justin had been finished back to back due to said willingness to run into the fire, take 26 shots just to give one back. Justin is incredibly athletic, powerful, and sharp when he wants to be, but he needed a mentor, a sculptor, Trevor Whitman, longtime coach to Justin since 2011, was what many people believe to be the difference maker in many UFC champs like Justin Gaethje, Rose Namajunas, and even Kamaru Usman. To many, Justin's improvements were seen in the Tony Ferguson fight, and while that is definitely his magnum opus in many ways, Justin had been making subtle improvements fight to fight, comparing his former Goonies fighting style to his far more measured, patient, counterpunch style. Enter Muscle Milk Mike.
Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor,
aka the leading African study expert. Michael Chandler in many ways is a ghost of Gaethje's past, with big shots, big takedowns, and big concussions. Chandler was still on fire in his career, coming off a KO loss to Charles Oliveira. Many felt Chandler was unlucky, where he went from KOing Dan Hooker in a round and almost finishing Oliveira on 2 separate occasions, to getting caught with a perfect left hook from Olives and failing his dream of UFC gold. Justin had a similar timeline, evolving from a drunk, scrappy special needs kid to a seriously dangerous contender who looked the boogeyman in the eyes and made him quit, to fighting the most respected, honored, humble scammer in the sport, and ended up being neutered, taken down, and going from hating crotch sniffers to sniffing the most glazed crotch in Pakistan. Needless to say, both Chandler and Justin were fan favorites, but had to decide if they should fight for cheers or something greater. Marijuana money is what Justin needed, so he uppercutted the fuck out of Mikey straight back to Bellator. Now, as simply as I made this fight out to believe, it's far more competitive. Chandler is known for losing in humiliating fashion, but at the time, this was a common example that Chandler's issue was an IQ one, and not a skill set or physical. As early on, Chandler was able to rock Justin, land flying knees, use leg kicks, long jabs, keep the distance, and trade with Justin and seemingly outdog him in many ways. But in my opinion, Justin was able to show his maturity in this fight, not be controlled by the crowd, by the cheers, by the voices, and focus on staying composed with leg kicks, jabs, and big bolo uppercuts. Justin was on his way to solidifying his place at the top of the sport, knocking down foe after foe, and
Gaethje back to work on the leg kick, landing the right hand. Big elbows from Oliveira.
Justin's in a... Rogan, this
He's got a triangle. He's got a triangle.
Oh, he's got a triangle.
He's got fully locked in.
It's over.
Fully locked in. It's over.
Oliveira's under the chin.
Oh my goodness.
sorry about that. Justin was moving his way through the division with some hiccups, but still staying in the top 5. Gaethje, having failed his chance at gold twice, had little options. But there was one interesting choice, a chance at revenge. Diabolical Diamond Dick Dustin Poirier was in the same place as Justin. Like Chandler before him, they were coming off a win that solidified their UNC status, and before that, getting choked out by the greatest lightweight of all time. In their first fight though, Justin was expected to win. Being the prospect at the time, Dustin was still doubted. His ability to get to the top of the division was not solidified. But in this fight, Justin had a simple game plan. Cut down Poirier like a tree, which was seemingly very effective at first, but had diminishing returns. For as much as Justin was destroying Dustin's leg, Cruz sucking his dick simultaneously.
He wants you to keep punching him so that you get tired. That's what he wants.
Poirier was lighting him up on the feet, was brutal boxing, and while incredibly painful looking for Dustin, he did use body kicks to intercept Justin's head movement. Even so, this was an excruciating fight for both, with Dustin hurting him on the counter and putting Justin away. Here we are, 5 years later, from Arizona to Utah. The fight would be far shorter, but more definitive, where Justin made the genius innovation of taking his kick and going up. Now that Justin is IQ maxing, Dustin would have a lot more to worry about, where Justin would skirt on the outside, countering with hooks, and using blitzing shots to keep Dustin defensive with his Philly shell, leading to the opportunity for Justin to land head kicks, which eventually led to the highlight. With such an array of up and downs, from autistically swinging at air to setting up perfect head kicks against one of the best in the world, Justin was fulfilling his potential, and besides a fake and gay exhibition and another sick-ass uppercut against Ragnar, Justin was coming to the end of his career. 37, smoking weed every day, DMT trips on the couch, no wife, no kids. Somehow Justin ended up the same as if he just stayed at that copper mine in Arizona. That is until the Miami Latina prophecy was fulfilled. In a distant, faraway land, Justin could hear a small German, Georgian, Spanish sausage fall to his knees. Half his money, his house, his kids, and finally, a domestic abuse charge of the Miami gold digger wife pipeline has now been completed. And now that Ilia's too busy fighting the courts, Justin has another chance of gold. Not only with that, the UFC is coming to the White House. America needs a champ. And who better to win it against than a filthy fucking Brit? With great wins over Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, Bobby. Paddy Pimblett was almost the only option left, with half of the division unconscious, injured, or blowing their own back out in front of the Huz. And punching fans. Paddy and Justin might not be ideal, but it's an interesting matchup where I can see both having a lot of success. With elite BJJ and decent kicks from Paddy against Justin with powerful boxing and powerful kicks, it's reasonable that both are at their strongest where the other is at their weakest. Justin on the ground and Paddy on the feet. Paddy, the younger, fresher, less experienced, and Justin, the older, more grizzled vet with one last chance to solidify his legacy. America versus the UK. Gold on the line, and an outcome that will guarantee piss off 50% of the fan base. Either way, will Justin's bong rips and Bolo uppercuts be enough? Or will he get his back taken, rear naked, held down by one man, stuck vulnerable?
Wow, the sad faces.
Justin, I mean, obviously no one likes to have a loss, but another fight of the year candidate from you. I mean, give us an idea what the emotions like right now.
You know, I didn't get in the sport to win or lose. It's an entertainment factor for me, and I will be known as and remembered as one of the most entertaining fighters that ever did it. And, you know, I'm content with what just happened, as stupid and crazy as that sounds. You know, I felt so comfortable in there, so good. The best I've ever felt.
You came out aggressive as we'd expect.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys had fun. This is my soft prediction for the fight. Here at the end, I might give a little bit more detail. I actually do think Justin Gaethje is gonna beat Paddy. I think it's gonna be a difficult fight where I feel it's gonna be the floor is lava, but I feel where Paddy is a good grappler, his wrestling does leave a lot to be desired. And while he was able to control Chandler, he still was getting taken down, still was getting controlled, still dealt with adversity in that fight. And Chandler is someone that seemed like he's only going on the downhill. I think against against Justin, he's not gonna have the same options that Oliveira had to drop him, to hurt him, and to get him on the ground that way. That's where Oliveira really was only able to, because if he pulled guard, Justin would get up and takedowns were defended. Gaethje is a good wrestler, a good defensive wrestler, and for what he is able to get submitted quickly, as I feel if Paddy can get him down in the beginning of the round early, I do think he can pretty comfortably submit him or at least land a lot of damage. I feel that Justin's striking style with how green Paddy's on the feet is going to give Paddy a lot of problems, and he's going to have to capitalize off mistakes from Gaethje, who, while can get reckless, isn't someone I feel that really puts himself in horrible positions all the time. The times he got taken down and submitted, it was from Khabib being a better wrestler. It was from him getting dropped. He doesn't really just fall or like throw a big body kick, get caught, you know. So I am leaning towards Justin, but I can definitely see Paddy getting the win, and it probably would be better for the sport. But I think either way, whoever wins this will have interesting matches, as they're not going to be seen as the real champ with guys like Arman, Holloway, Ilia. This definitely spicing up the division, and I kind of like when the undeserving fighter becomes champ, as it kind of adds a lot of excitement for the future matchups. But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys had fun, and if you did, like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Anyway, have a good one.